talked about how you've done a lot of you've worn many hats.
Yeah.
In pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I
Not all successfully.
Well, but you've done it.
But I've done it.
That's okay.
I've done it.
And I am now starting to take on a lot of different hats in my role here in Smash Wrestling.
As you should.
And I've done a lot more than just the commentary, a lot more than just the ring announcing. I'm now starting to actually dabble my hand on the promotional side of things in those Kitchener shows. So now that I've got you here, what advice do you have to someone who's starting to dabble into all those wearing those other hats?
Well, you're doing a very smart thing in that you're promoting in your town. Okay, a mistake that I made early is that I was running shows. I was living in Burlington, Ontario, and running shows in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Eek.
What was I thinking? What an idiot! And they were great shows, but you're not on the ground to do daily things to increase that audience.
Right.
And even when I was running shows here. When I started running shows here in Toronto, at first I was running shows in the West End. It's too far away. Then I started running shows near where I live in the Danforth. And still not smart about it. It's not that I'm not smart. Okay. If you're going to run shows, be part of that community.
Right.
And I don't just mean live across the street from the venue. Be part of that community. You have to have relationships, especially at a grassroots level with independent wrestling. You have to have relationships with the people in that community, the residents, the businesses, because you can't do it alone. You also have to have, and I mean, behind the scenes, you need to have a solid team. And that's one of the fantastic things about Smash Wrestling,
right, is
the team here behind the scenes is incredible. And I see the amount of effort and dedication that they put in, and I'm honestly jealous. I'm jealous that that group of people has developed and exists, and two, that the promoters are smart enough to trust them, because I tried to do the union as a one-man shop.
Yep.
I made the mistake of not bringing people further into the fold, and you can't do it alone. So if you are helping run Kitchener, you're part of that community. And at the same time, you have the support of the Smash Wrestling operation. To, you know, when you realize, okay, I need X, Y, and Z done. Maybe X is something you go to the venue. You have a relationship with the venue. They're happy with you being there. You're bringing in business for them. They'll help you with X. With Y, you need the sports card shop across the street, or the comic book store, or the variety store to help you selling tickets. Right. as a ticket. You have a relationship with them because they're a business that you patronize, and they know who you are. You walk in, hi, Scott. So they'll help you with Y. And Z is something that you can come to Alan or to Key and say, hey, man, we need more chairs, or the venue wants us here at a certain time, and they can talk to Walter. They can talk to the crew and say, well, we need to do this a half hour earlier. Or what. Right. You have the people to back you up. So you're not Atlas. You're not carrying the entire world on your right. shoulder. And you have people that you can trust, who you know are in this to make what you're trying to do better.
Right, very, very true, and I think that's what's helping me out, as well as the fact that I am kind of getting a head start with it because of the crew that we have here.
Yeah,
which is a great thing.
It's and I'll tell you, here's a thing. One of the items on my 101 things list is run one more union show.
Okay.
I want to run one more union show. I want to do it with Smash. Like, I don't. why would I go out? Why would I say what I just said to you,
Right,
and then go out and do it completely on my own like an idiot and bungle it? It's something that I think I've mentioned it to them, and when the time comes, I'd like to do it maybe as an afternoon show before a Smash event, or maybe on a separate day and have Smash involved. Yeah, I'd like to run one more.
very cool.
And I absolutely I can't tell you how much being in Smash has meant to me. How much it's even after 25 whatever years of doing this nonsense, how much it's meant to me to come somewhere that's so well run with such a solid team of good people, such a good roster, who are actually moving forward. There are goals, and the company is, even in like I've been here a year and a half, even in that time, the noticeable growth
Right.
of Smash. We're on the Fight Network.
That's a pretty big deal.
We're on the Fight Network. We're doing, they had the the on demand, I should say. Let's get it right. They had the on demand. Now they're on the Fight Network. We're doing these after shows. We're the promotion, and I say we because I feel included.
Absolutely.
I feel part of that.
Absolutely.
The promotion is going beyond Toronto. They went from one venue in Toronto to a much bigger venue in Toronto, and have kept other venues in Toronto for smaller shows or other shows. But they're going to London, to Sarnia, where I'm not allowed, to Kitchener, we've done Peterborough, we've done, we're expanding. We're honestly expanding, and smart growth in a smart way that is sustainable, so that it's not just a one-off and the town gets burnt.
Right.
So that we are growing the territory. And I got into wrestling near the tail end of the territory days. So I appreciate the idea of the wrestling territory, and I think Smash is growing into that, and
Absolutely.
it's amazing. I'm happy I'm here.
Well, and we're going to a year and a half ago. You debut in Smash Wrestling. You enter Smash Wrestling as the agent for the endorsement Sebastian Suave.
Yes.
And before your debut, and this is, I don't even know if you're aware of this. I know you came up with the concept of the character. I know you came up with the concept with Sebastian Suave about the endorsement, and a lot of influence of the character was your idea.
Yeah.
But at the time, when you were helping him come up with the character, develop the character, you weren't sure if you were going to be able to commit all your time to all the shows coming in, because you got a lot going on. You're a very busy man. So actually, at the time, and this is the part I'm not sure if you're aware of or not, he was toying around with the idea of someone else to be his manager, and it was actually me that he was thinking of. To be the manager.
I took your spot.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was me saying, and I was scared shitless of this, because I didn't know how I was going to do the commentary and the management thing at the same time.
Yeah.
He basically wanted me to do like the Bobby Heenan role, where I was doing both, but doing it as a play-by-play instead of doing it as a color, which the concept of it was, I was trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And then 2 days before, he pulls me aside at a show and says, "Hey, listen, Kingdom is in. We're going to go back to the original plan."
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, thank God, because I had no idea how I was going to pull off doing both, especially my first time in a management role doing both. And you have been flourishing in the role with him since coming into Smash Wrestling. And I think it's just, I mean, by all means, it was the right call to make.
I accepted the offer to come in, and then like literally at the 11th hour, I called Seb and I said, I know we've been talking about this and we've had all these ideas and discussions, and but I can't do it. And it was just a matter of the commitment of time, and one of the things was the number of shows that Smash runs,
right?
And I'd been retired. So making a full-time, what amounts to, for indie wrestling, what amounts to a full-time commitment was kind of scary, and I did not want to commit to it and commit to Sebastian, and then a few months down the road say this is too much for me,
right,
and bail. I'd rather pass up what I think is a good opportunity than take it, screw it over, and screw over the people who have offered me the opportunity. Why not just give them the chance to find somebody who can fit the role? And I guess they started talking to you about it, and then Suave came back to me and said, I need you in my corner. And we talked about it and worked out how we could do it. And I said, yeah, I mean, I'd be crazy to pass it up. And we did, was it January of 2017 I came in, and it's been great. And somewhere in that time, I decided maybe it's time to, hey, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
We're getting
there. All right, we're getting the wrap it up from. I don't think he was expecting me to say anything to him. I somewhere in that time I said, you know what? In my personal life, I said, hey, look, it's time to make some changes. And I think if you put a picture on the screen right now of me on that first show and me now, you'll notice it's
two different people.
It's about a 55-pound weight loss. It's 60 pounds. It's 60 pounds right now.
Congratulations, because that's massive.
Not great. The last couple of weeks I've been since I hurt myself, I've been medicating myself with food, so I'm losing water and gaining fat. I have a dietitian, but I weighed myself today. I was 222, 222.8 when I my first Smash show. I was probably 285, 287. So I have a goal. I have a goal of 205. And there's a few people on the Smash roster who have given me grief. That, 'cause look, we tease each other a lot about why I said 205, and do I think I think I'm going to get a gig on late on a Tuesday night? Don't count me out. But yeah, my goal is I will. It's another thing on the 101 things list is at least one day I will have one match. I will have one match weighing in at 205, because the lightest I've weighed in my professional wrestling career was 206. I'm going to get to 205 for one match. And 206 was a summer I wasn't wrestling. I was living a starvation diet in Hamilton.
Oh,
and the day it was when just before I moved to Pittsburgh the first time, when I got to Pittsburgh, I was 206. A month later, I started wrestling for PWX, Pro Wrestling Express in Pittsburgh. And in that month, I had regained the starvation weight. I was back up to 231 or 232, because as I quickly learned in Pittsburgh, a healthy salad includes cheese and French fries.
It's a healthy salad.
They put French fries and cheese on a chicken salad.
Interesting.
I love Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a trip to Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, it's a fat guy town. So yeah, probably actually realistically 232 is probably the lightest I've ever wrestled at. I want to wrestle one match at 205. So
all right, well, listen, Kano, I got a ton of questions for you still, but Alan will kill me if I ask you anymore.
I know. Why are you being mean to him? He's being nice.
I'm being nice now. I'm being nice
Oh,
now.
geez, we're getting
Oh,
kicked
wow,
out of the
we're
building.
really getting kicked out. Okay, well, then we're definitely going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us.
What did Muscle do? Why are we getting kicked out of the building? Did he set something on fire again?
Thank you so much for joining, Caden. We'll definitely do another one of these down the road.
I'm around.
Fans, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Hangover. And I mean, that was actually a really fun interview to do. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And I know Kingdom's been wanting to do for a while as well. And just something still feels off, though, with The Hangover. I mean, it's like I'm doing a lot of things on my own here. And I might have to be on the search for a new co-host here because I think that's what's missing is...
We good, cuz?
We're good, cuz.
All right. Let's do this.